Today, we are diving headfirst into a digital arms race. On one side, you've got AI detectors that are getting scarily smart. And on the other, this whole booming market of what they call AI Humanizers, all promising they can make your AI text completely invisible. So we're going to find out who's actually winning this fight. Okay, so picture this. You've used an AI to get a head start on a report, maybe a blog post, or yeah, even an essay for school. The text looks good, but you know when you go to hit that submit button, there's a little bit of risk involved, right? How can you be sure it's going to slip past those AI detectors? Well, that is the multi-million-dollar question these tools are all promising to answer for you. So how do these detectors even work? It's not like they're just scanning for typos or bad grammar. No. You got to think of them more like forensic analysts. They're hunting for these tiny statistical fingerprints that language models can't help but leave behind. Every AI has its own little tell, and these algorithms are designed specifically to sniff out those subtle, almost robotic patterns. The first big metric they're looking for is something called perplexity. And honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it as a surprise meter. Human writing, it's all over the place, right? We use weird phrasing, unexpected words, we're not predictable. But in AI, it's all about playing the odds. It almost always picks the most statistically probable, the safest next word. And that high level of predictability, that super low perplexity, is a huge flashing red light for any detector. The second metric is burstiness, and this one is all about rhythm. Just think about how you talk or write. You'll have short, punchy sentences. Bam. Then you'll follow it up with a long, winding sentence that has a few different clauses. It creates a natural flow, a cadence. AI-generated text, on the other hand, often lacks this completely. It's just rhythmically flat. All the sentences are kind of the same length and structure. It's that lack of burstiness that these humanizer tools try to artificially create. So with these battle lines drawn, an entire industry has popped up to fight back against the detectors. Today, we're going to put 5 of the biggest names in the game to the test. Do they really live up to all their bold marketing claims? Well, let's find out. All right, let's meet our contenders. First up, we've got undetectable AI, which is kind of the industry benchmark. Then there's clever AI Humanizer, the one shaking things up with its free model. We've got Stealth Writer, which is all about aggressive evasion. Then Humanize AI Pro, which focuses on making the text super readable. And finally, Write Human, which bills itself as a specialist for more technical stuff. And let me tell you, they are not shy with their promises. This is pretty typical marketing copy you'll see. Effortless, natural, and completely undetectable. It really sounds like you're buying the ultimate digital force field for your writing. But how does that promise actually hold up when the pressure's on? Well, it turns out that when you dig into the actual data, a very, very different story starts to unfold. Despite all that confident marketing, our sources show these tools often struggle, and in some cases just flat out fail when they go up against the top-tier institutional-grade detectors. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to break this all down looking at 3 critical questions. 1, can they actually evade the detectors? 2, what's it going to cost you? And 3, maybe the most important question of all, is the writing they produce actually any good? First up, let's talk evasion. This table really shows you just how inconsistent these tools can be. Take a look at Stealth Writer. Its premium Ghost Pro mode does really well against GPTZero, but against Turnitin, it's a mixed bag. Then you've got undetectable AI, which does great against Turnitin, but is just okay against GPTZero. So the big takeaway here, there is no single silver bullet. No one tool beats them all. Okay, next up, let's talk about the cost. And this is where things get really interesting. Your eyes just go right to clever AI, don't they? A staggering 200,000 words a month for free? Now compare that to the paid tools. Not only do they have much tighter word limits, but a lot of them have a use it or lose it policy. Your unused credits? They just expire. Poof, gone. That is a massive difference in value. And finally, writing quality. Because let's be real, what's the point of bypassing a detector if the text that comes out is complete gibberish? And what's wild is that Clever AI, the free tool, actually scores the highest in readability. Meanwhile, Stealth Writer, the one that's so focused on aggressive evasion, scores the lowest. And that leads us to a really fundamental problem. And here it is. This is the core trade-off. It seems the more aggressively a tool tries to scramble those AI patterns to fool a detector, the more it ends up sacrificing the quality, the clarity, and sometimes even the entire meaning of what you wrote in the first place.
I mean, this slide illustrates it perfectly. To try and trick the algorithm, a simple, clean word like because gets twisted and bloated into this clunky thing, owing to the fact that. And why? It's only because that second phrase is less statistically predictable. So the text becomes longer and way more awkward, all in the name of breaking a pattern.
And the problems don't just stop at awkward phrasing. Oh no, we're talking about something called meaning drift, where the tool can actually change your facts. You get these wild swings in tone, a flood of totally unnecessary filler words, and sometimes it even introduces new grammatical errors. You can easily end up spending more time cleaning up the humanized text than it would have taken to just write the thing from scratch. And these hidden costs aren't just about text quality. Remember those expiring credits? That's your money just vanishing into thin air. But even worse, you really have to watch out for the privacy policies. Some of these tools basically have it in their terms that they can use the text you submit to train their own AI models. Yeah, not great. So, after weighing all of it, the detection rates, the final writing quality, and all those hidden costs, what is the final verdict? Where do we land on all this? Let's break down the official rankings. Taking the top spot overall is undetectable AI, and that's mostly because its system scores your text against multiple detectors at once, which gives you the most complete picture of your risk. Now, for anyone doing high-volume work, clever AI is a no-brainer. That massive free plan plus high-quality output, you just can't beat that value. If your number one absolute top priority is just bypassing a detector and you don't care as much about quality, then StealthWriter's Ghost Pro Mode is your best bet. Humanize AI Pro is the go-to when readability is king, and Write Human, well, it's okay for quick, short fixes, but those privacy concerns are a pretty big drawback. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, every source we looked at agrees on one key point. No tool is a magic wand. These things are powerful assistants, for sure, but they are not replacements. The ultimate human marker, that final thing that makes writing feel real, that doesn't come from a clever algorithm. It comes from your own eye, your own edits, your own judgment. So the final question really isn't about the tools themselves. It's about us. Are we using them to make our work better, or are we just using them as a crutch?